Hello, good morning, and happy Saturday, and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. Okay, do I look dewy and 10 years younger? Or just shiny and oily? I just got a facial, I just got a pedicure, and I am ready to get this long Labor Day weekend started. I've got about 1,000 crafting plans, but I have to start with cleaning my craft room. Oh my gosh, my face feels so silky smooth, but it looks kind of crazy right now. Okay, yeah, welcome to Saturday. I'm gonna go get an iced coffee and a croissant on my way home, and then I have about a million things planned for this weekend, which is why I wanted to do kind of a vlog style video this week. So yeah, let's get this weekend started. Okay, where do I even start? It's Labor Day weekend. It is Saturday, early afternoon of a 3-day weekend for me. Just did my little like self-care, pedicure, facial. I had a very, very productive knitting night last night. So I think I'll show you what I've been working on so far this weekend. And then I've got a bunch of packages and things I need to open. And then I'll tell you about the crazy crafting plan I have in my head, because I found a pattern earlier this week on Instagram, and it's literally been the only thing I can think about all week. I ordered some supplies to make it. But yeah, let me catch you up with where the crafting is at for the week, and then we'll dive into, well, dang it, I want to say we will dive into making this super cool new project. But first, I gotta clean this dang craft room. I'm getting so far ahead of myself. Let's deal with this first. I'm just gonna start with the packages because that'll clear off part of this table. Then I'll show you the projects. Oh, I ordered, okay, so last week's video when I showed you guys my punch needle project, I went to check out Kimberly Kite's Etsy store to see if she had any kits, which she didn't have any in stock. But then I saw that she had some super cute strawberry stickers. So I got 2 of those. And then she had this little, I don't know, ice cream cone, whatever, this little sticker sheet. So I got some stickers. And then, I forgot I ordered these too. The strawberry earrings. How could I not? Yeah, so I got that cute little order from Kimberly Kite's Etsy store. I got my Fine Floss Club from the Fat Quarter Shop, the August 2024 club, and it is jade blue. Pretty. Okay, and then I got supplies to make the project I can't stop thinking about this week, which is a trucker hat. A quilted trucker hat. Somebody I follow on Instagram posted, I can't think of his name. He's a pattern designer on Instagram, and somebody reposted one of his photos, and I started looking at his page and found this trucker hat pattern, and it's like all I've been thinking about. I've been like really loving wearing baseball hats this summer. And now I want to make my own, and I fully but I fully am comfortable with the fact that it might be disappointing and I might not like the way it fits or looks, but I want to try it. So I bought the pattern earlier this week, and then I needed a couple of supplies that I didn't have on hand, like some extra thick, extra rigid, extra firm, I don't know, stabilizer. I'll link to the pattern, of course, down below, and you can go check out the materials list. So yeah, that's what's in front of me. I ordered, well, actually this isn't for the hat. I ordered some more drawstring cord for like knitting bags. And then I ordered some foam stabilizer for the quilted part of the hat, and the extra firm stabilizer for like the brim of the hat, and some little sew-in tabs to like make an adjustable baseball cap. So that's the project I want to start on. But first, let me show you what else I've been working on this weekend, and then we'll take a look at cleaning and organizing before I can use my space. Okay, the thing I've been working on the most this week has been my Lakes Striped Tee by Ozetta. And I've made a lot of progress. And I even put a progress keeper in for y'all, like a professional YouTuber. If only I can figure out where I put it. Here it is. Okay, so here is what the tee is looking like right now. I was trying it on last night, so I have it on 2 sets of needles. So you can kind of see the full width right now. It's just a, you know, saddle shoulder, but kind of a drop shoulder, because like the sleeve ends up being picked up like a drop shoulder with these little cool like contrast stripe saddles. And I'm absolutely obsessed with this, and I want to have this done in a couple of weeks. We're going to Indiana to visit my in-laws and Rob's friends, and I kind of want to wear this because I feel like it'll be slightly cooler there. And this will be short sleeved, but like, you know, it's 100% superwash merino wool. So like, it's not going to be like my cotton t-shirt that I knit, but I think it'll still be comfy in like the 70-degree-ish weather. I don't know. That's the plan. I want this done in the next couple of weeks. So I made it pretty far on the body. Well, not pretty far. I made it several more inches on the body. You can see my progress keeper where I was last week, and that's how far I made it. I ran out of my main color, so since I had to join a new ball, I went ahead and decided just to switch it up and add the collar in because, I don't know, I just wanted to keep myself entertained. I was getting bored of just working stockinette in the round, so I did the collar, and I love the way it fits. Hi, Diego. Hi. Yeah, okay, I think that's everything I need to say about this Lake Striped Tee so far. And then the other thing I've been working on a little bit since my last video is my Alpine Bloom sweater. I've worked on this like a couple of nights, but I really kept the Lakes Tee as my main focus because that's the one I want to finish the soonest. But I have made some progress, and I do have these on, or have it on 2 needles, so I can try it on again for you. But let's see. This is what it's looking like so far. It looks so cool on the little camera lens. This is definitely going to be a wild and crazy sweater. We'll see, like, you know, how wearable it ends up being, but it's so much fun to work on. It's so cool. So yeah, that's where we're at. The only thing I'm kind of monitoring and worried about is in the middle of the skein, there is a lot of this purple, and I think it's really not enough contrast with my main color purple. So I may try cutting out sections of my spin cycle that I think won't contrast, but I'm worried about running out. So like, I would keep these, and then at the end, if I had to use them, I'll use them. But I kind of want to keep it mostly in the corals, just because I think that contrasts better with my main color. And I kind of like how the green sections, like the green and red sections, lined up on the leaves. It's kind of fun. So yeah, I will link my Ravely project pages below. So far, I'm knitting this one with one modification. I did a 1x1 twisted rib instead of the lace collar, just because I wanted it to be more simple. And I'll do the same 1x1 rib on the sleeves instead of the lace. But oh my gosh, yay, I'm making progress. And then while I was getting my nails done earlier, I did some knitting on my sister Allison's sock. So last time you saw it, I had just finished the heel flap. And you can see I've made several inches of progress on the foot. This is just my, whenever I need like plain, easy, on-the-go knitting. So anyways, this is a Sailor Lee sock set pattern called something pearls. Why do I always forget? But I will, of course, put it on the screen and I'll link the project page down below. Why on earth do I have this piece of fabric basted onto zippers and ready for long arm quilting? What was I planning with this? At least now I found that set of zippers I knew I had and didn't know where they ended up. All the things you can find when you clean your space. Okay, I gave this room a little tidy. I also packed up 2 bins, which you might have seen. So we are not moving, but we are slowly trying to get our house ready to possibly sell in the next year or so. And one of the things we need to do is replace the floors in all of the bedrooms. There's carpet in these bedrooms. It's original to when the house was built about 12-ish years ago, 14 years ago. Anyway, these floors all need to be replaced, and the craft room is going to be the hardest thing to clear out. So I went ahead and got some storage tubs and moving boxes and stuff that I know I'm not going to use in the next 3 to 6 months is getting packed up like we're moving and put in the garage in stacks. And yeah, I'm just going to slowly but surely start moving stuff out of here because all the furniture's got to come out of this room to replace the floors, and that's going to be a nightmare. Yeah, anyways, I have a clean work surface now, and I want to get started on this trucker hat. This pattern is a paid for pattern, so I'm not doing a tutorial. I'm just going to film some clips of me making it and working on it. One of the first things you need is a quilted panel of soft and stable for the like front, you know, main part of the hat, I guess. I don't know hat terminology. And I was going to just grab some fabrics I like and quilt them on my Juki, but I have some leftovers from those bag projects I started a few weeks ago, and I have a big enough piece that I can do, I can use this. So I'm just trying to decide if I want the red and pink stars or if I want the crazy palm print. And then I'll have to pick all the accent fabrics. I think I'm going to go patchwork crazy because this is the experimental first one to see if I even like the way it fits and looks on my head. I have kind of a large head, I think. Not like crazy big, but you know, I don't have one of those dainty little 5'2" girl heads. I'm a tall lady. This took a weird turn. Anyways, I don't know how it's going to look because sometimes there are certain hats that I put on and I'm like, nope, this makes me look like an egg. And then there's some hats that I'm like, yes, this is the right hat for my head. I'm also just staring at my reflection and I am so shiny still from that facial. There is so much oil. And also she did like an exfoliation thing, so everything is just red. Anyways, since this is like, you know, the first one, I'm gonna just go with what I already have quilted and find some cute accent fabrics to go with this. And I'm gonna get a hat started. This is how I'm gonna decide which side. I think I should probably pick some accent fabrics before I decide which way I'm going. Okay, I brought over some fat quarter bins and scrap bins of some colors that I think will work with either one of these prints. So let's find some fabrics. I am way too excited about this project. I've been thinking about it all week long. Okay, it has been several hours and I'm back. I was in the pool doing a little bit of knitting and also cleaning the pool because we had kind of a bad storm come through, I don't know, a few nights ago, and it kind of like destroyed our backyard. It just made it so dirty and the pool was full of stuff. So, and then it rained like a couple days after that. So I finally got in the pool today and cleaned it up and then did a little bit of knitting. And now I'm back in the craft room and I really need to decide what fabrics I'm gonna use to make my hat. So there's the like main body piece, there's the brim, and then there's 2 pieces on each side and 2 pieces on the back. So I have my pieces. I just need to figure out how many fabrics and what fabrics I actually want to use. And I'm having decision paralysis, even though this is totally just a tester experimental hat. And if I like the way it fits, I will make more. And if it's easy to make. I haven't read through all the instructions yet. I skimmed them, so I really don't even know what I'm getting myself into. But let me figure out what fabrics I'm using. Okay, I figured out my fabrics. This is going to be the brim. This little check is going to be the lining under the brim. And then these 2 will be the side and back panels. And then I think I'm going to use a hot pink for the lining that you won't really see because it'll be inside, like the hat, not the brim. Yeah, okay. I got to clean this table back off and then let's start cutting everything out. All right, I have got everything cut out, interfaced, marked, and ready to sew. So I think it's time that I actually read through these instructions and see how this thing gets put together. I'll let you know how it goes. I made a trucker hat, y'all. My camera ran out of battery while I was sewing it, but I mean, can you even? It's like a little bit of a weird shape, like this point. I need to figure out how I can, I don't know. It's a little silly, but I made a hat. I don't know why this is making me laugh so hard. Probably because it does look kind of dumb. It looks like a train conductor hat a little bit with this point. Also, you can see my brim is slightly off center. So, you know, this was the experiment. Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon. It's Sunday after lunch and yeah, rocking my new trucker hat with my pointy little horn. I have done some reflecting and some reevaluating of the pattern, and I think I have ideas for how to make the next one come out better and less pointy. We'll see. But I mean, I'm just kind of wildly impressed that I actually like made a full 5-panel hat. I was about to take it off to show you the inside, but this hair, if I take this off. Okay, I just wanted to wrap up my thoughts on this hat in general. This is not a beginner sewing pattern. I think if you have made, like if you're a advanced beginner, intermediate level sewer who has made a few different types of patterns of bags and things, you can totally put this together. But it is, you know, not a beginner pattern, but totally doable. I had no idea, not how easy, but like how kind of uncomplicated it is to literally make a hat. I'm really happy with this firm stabilizer I used. It's double-sided fusible. I just got it on Amazon. It's like a Pellon brand. I love Pellon interfacing, so I'll link that below. And then the other hack, the other like modification I made was on, I don't know if I can show you here, but the little snap back portion. So the pattern calls for you to make those out of fabric and snaps or fabric and Velcro. But I was like, don't they sell replacement snapback pieces? And they do on Amazon. So what I'm talking about are these things. And so yes, they are plastic, but they're thin enough that you can literally sew through them. So I just sewed through these tabs, and that's what the adjustable closure portion of my hat is made out of. And I just went with the navy one to kind of match the bill of my hat, the brim of my hat. Other things. So I think next time, in addition to trying to solve this issue, which this is happening because this is where the end of the dart is that kind of makes it curve up over your head. And it says to press that seam flat, and I did, but it's at soft and stable, which is really, really thick. And so I think I needed to press it flatter and then maybe even add some top stitching to really condense down the foam. That way it would go a little flatter and not be quite as pointy, I'm hoping. So I'm going to try that in my next iteration whenever I make another one. And then the other thing is that the side panels and the back panel of the hat, they call just for like lightweight fusible interfacing, but I think that's not quite thick enough. So I think next time on the side and back panels, I'll use fusible fleece, which is just a little bit thicker. And I think will give just like a little bit more body to the rest of the hat. Cause right now it feels very stiff here and very kind of loosey-goosey everywhere else. So yeah, I just really got a kick out of embroidering I made this on it because I figured if I ever wore it, people would be like, wait, and I'd be like, yeah, I made this. Oh, the other thing I did, I think I pointed it out last night, but I'm slightly off center on my brim. It's like, you know, 1/3 of an inch shifted compared to here. But, you know, overall, I made a hat. Okay, so I think that wraps up my thoughts on this hat pattern. I will be making more. Okay, so I think for now I am going to go work on my Lakes tee, my striped Lakes tee, because I only have like a week to get that done if I really want to be able to wear it on our trip to Indiana. So, and like have time to block it because we leave in about 10 days, maybe 9 days at this point. So I need to have that shirt done by next weekend if I'm going to have time to block it and pack it. It's making me rethink like crafting plans because I'm going to have to focus on that. Oh, and I really want to keep working on my colorwork sweater. Dang, I made some progress on that on the colorwork sweater last night, so I'll have to grab that and show it to you later today. God, look at that pile. Don't look at that pile. Hello, good Sunday evening to everyone. This day kind of got away from me. I did some knitting on the couch. I got in the pool, cleaned up the backyard, did some more knitting in the pool because it's literally the only thing I want to do. Yeah, then just, had dinner, watched some Survivor, and I thought I'd come back here and catch you guys up with where my knitting projects are at. Oh, also, how about a press-on nail update? Can you see that they are no longer on my nails? So they lasted a week. I think I put them on last Saturday, so a week and a day. But I think what finally did it was the amount of time I spent in the pool the last couple of days. So I think they were just coming loose. Like, I don't know, maybe the amount of time I've spent in the pool the last week has, kind of contributed to how fast they fell off. But I feel like a solid week is pretty good. So overall, I'm happy with them. And I was just contemplating if I should put on, I got these sets, hot pink, of course, and purple, which this would match my sweater that I'm going to show you in a second. The only issue is the other set I had on was super short, and these are all short, but like their version of short is my version of really long nails. And so I'm slightly worried about my ability to craft with the longer ones on. Whatever. I might put another fun pair on before tomorrow because, Okay, knitting. So my pool knitting for the past 2 days has been my sister's socks. And they're looking like this now. I think I showed them to you yesterday. I took them to the nail salon with me. And I've made a good bit of progress in the pool over the last couple of days. So there are the socks. And then last night I spent probably 2 or 3 hours knitting on my Alpine Bloom colorwork sweater. And I put it down today because I realized how little time I have to get my Lakes tee done by the goal that I just, set in my head. So I told myself to put this one down, but I made a lot of progress last night. Trying to figure out the best way to show this. Yeah. Oh, fun! It looks cool on camera. It's like just a little bit too big for the needle. Like, I can't fully stretch this. Like, I've increased too many stitches, but you can get a look at it. My one concern is my row gauge is a little off, meaning if I knit this completely to pattern, my yoke might be a little bit longer than I want it to be. So I'm exploring multiple ways of either modifying the depth of the chart or potentially splitting for sleeves and continuing the chart on the front and back and like leaving the underarms plain, or I don't know. I have some poorly thought out ideas, but for right now, I am officially halfway through the rows of the chart on the yoke. And I mean, each row gets bigger because not every row, but the rows only get bigger because you're increasing, you know, to get to the full width, you know, before you split for underarms. So oh, I'm just obsessed. Anyways, I'm going to put this one down for a little while. Maybe I'll do a couple rows here and there this week, but I think this one's going to get put aside for now in favor of getting that Lakes striped tee done. I do think that although I'm getting stitch gauge of the pattern with the size 4 needles, I'm using a US size 4, which is recommended in the pattern with sport weight yarn. I do think that I probably would have preferred the fabric of knitting this at a 5, on a size 5 needle, so like 1 needle larger. I think the color work, like maybe if I was knitting the sport weight alone, the size 4 would be perfect, but since the color work adds that like extra thickness, I feel like it's a slightly denser fabric than I prefer. I mean, I think it does look really good. The top, you know, rows have been blocked. I think I showed that in my last video. So it does look really nice. I just think I probably could have gone up to a size 5 needle, but I didn't really want to start over and redo my gauge and figure all that out. So I just went ahead with the size 4. But yeah, this is such a fun project to work on. I'm having a dilemma now because I'm back in the craft room. My table is pretty cleaned up because I did that hat project last night and I cleaned up for that. So I'm trying to convince myself to pull out my stack of unfinished blocks for my picnic patchwork quilts and work on that. Or I also have an idea for a knitting bag, like kind of like a bucket bag. And so I kind of want to make a prototype of that. Yeah, I'm trying to decide what I want to do with my evening. Let me figure it out and I'll come back. Okay, I got out my picnic patchwork and I'm gonna press open these blocks, and then everything needs to get turned into hourglass blocks, and then I need to finish assembling a few more, probably like 12 more of these. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of sewing, I think. Hello, happy Labor Day. It is now Monday. And we've had a little bit of a change of plans today because it's kind of gray and overcast and it's been raining off and on. So we were supposed to host a little family pool party for my nephew's 3rd birthday, but we have got to relocate that to my sister's house to do an indoors party later on this afternoon. So that means I don't really have a ton of home prep stuff to do for the party anymore, which means I think I'm gonna get a little bit of sewing in before I get ready and go get Benny a present and go hang out with my family. And so I thought I'd give you a little update on where I made it to with my Lakes tee last night. I did update my progress keeper, so you can see I just did about 10 rows last night, and this is what it's looking like so far. I have about 6 more inches to do before I do the ribbing, maybe about 5 inches before the ribbing. Yeah, maybe about 5 inches, which I think equates to 2 full more stripe repeats, meaning at least 2 more of the pink and white stripes. And then I'll have to try it on to see if I'm ready for the ribbing or if I need to do any more length. So ideally, I would be able to get a whole stripe repeat done today and maybe another one done tomorrow. And then I could do ribbing on Wednesday, a sleeve on Thursday, a sleeve on Friday, and be blocking this by next weekend. Those are my very lofty goals. So we'll see. But that is where the Lakes tee is at today. This is the last day of the vlog, so I'm gonna guess this is probably the last time you'll see it in this vlog, but if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll keep updating throughout the week on if I actually get it done by next weekend. And then of course I'll share it with you in next week's video. So, okay, that's the Lakes tee. Also, just because it's sitting here, I got this sticker the other day in the mail from Kimberly Kite's Etsy store. And I have my new beautiful hot pink Stanley that my friend Rebecca gave me when I was visiting with her in Seattle. And I kind of want to put this giant strawberry sticker on this pink cup somewhere. So I'm going to just do that real quick. And then I'm going to sew a little bit. Also, I posted this hat on Instagram last night, and you guys all really seem to love it. I have ideas on how to make this point slightly less pointy, and I also have just a million other ideas for fabric and hat combinations. I already talked about all the modifications I want to make, but yeah, I'm very excited. And I had a lot of requests for links to supplies, so I will link everything I used in the description box. I was contemplating coming in here and figuring out what I want to make my next quilted hat out of, but I should probably work on my picnic patchwork. Yeah. Let's work on some picnic patchwork squares. So when I first did my tutorial for this quilt, there was a bit of an uproar. Not really, but you know, I got a lot of comments about the fact that I didn't strip piece my 9 patches. And it was only because I literally didn't think of doing it. That was the first time I was making up a quilt pattern and my first time putting it all together. And so I just didn't think about the fact that yes, strip piecing would be easier. And so I knew that for my second version, I wanted to strip piece these 9 patches. But when I was referencing my original instructions, I forgot again to start cutting out strips. And so luckily I realized my error halfway through cutting. So I was able to strip piece most of the 9 patches, but I didn't have enough fabric to strip piece everything since I'd already started cutting out some squares. So the last kind of third of my 9 patch blocks, I am having to piece the slower way. So I think I'm just going to get started on this stack of squares, and then I can finish assembling all of the 9 patch blocks for this quilt. Okay, I thought I had just finished making all of my 9 patches, but I'm worried I'm 1 short. So I need to count. I know I just made 6 here, and then I've got my stack here. I need 31 of these for the size I'm making. So let me count them real quick and see. I might need to cut out fabric for 1 more. Dang it. Yes. Okay, I only have 30, so I'm going to need to cut out. I've got an extra 1 of these, but I need to make 2 more strips of the contrast color. And I have enough fabric. I'm annoyed. I thought I had enough to do 31, but whatever. 1 more of these, and then I'm done with the 9 patch. And then I just have, I think, 4 of my hourglasses completely made and trimmed to size. And then I've got a big old stack of half square triangles that need to get sewn together into the hourglass blocks and trimmed, and then I'll be ready to assemble this quilt. So yeah, seems like the end of summer is as good a time as any to complete a very Valentine's themed quilt. Oh wait, this is the actual 2 blocks that go together. I know I have a photo mock-up of it. I'll put it on the screen for you. Also, in case anyone doesn't know, I have a free quilt pattern and tutorial available for this picnic patchwork quilt, which I will link below. And I did a vlog sometime, I think in February, when I got this one started, with all of my notes about how I'm adapting it to a larger size and how I do the strip piecing for the 9 patch. So yeah, I'll link all that down below. I need to take a break to finish getting ready for Benny's birthday party, and then we need to run out and grab a quick little gift. And yeah, then I'll be back. Hello!
Benny, say hi!
Benny, happy birthday!
It's my birthday!
What did you get?
Lion!
A lion! Do you want another present?
I'm just blowing! Look, this is me. Yeah, that's your Bluey.
I love it. Isn't that crazy?
Try the bacon and
Burgers.
ranch dip.
What do I need to try?
The bacon and ranch dip.
Where is it?
I think it's the same size.
Oh, yeah, that's our favorite. Okay. With what kind of chip is this?
Dorito.
A cheesy Dorito inside cheesy dip?
Is.
Okay. Delicious. Jeez. Don't weigh the same amount.
He's like 105.
Styling. Cannot wait to make 100 more versions of this hat.
It's so cute. I'm obsessed.
It's just a little Wario-esque, but we'll work on that. Are you gonna eat a burger? Yum!
I can't go up.
Hold it with your hand. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Benny. Happy birthday to you.
It's like the funniest thing ever. So he gets his cookie. We go to their house because they spend the night
He
on
won't
Friday
eat his
night.
cookie till he gets to my house.
Yeah.
And gets in my lap.
He runs in the front door, sits in his lap. We get like a ramekin of milk for him to like dip it in. It's like a whole.
It's a thing.
He wants to watch YouTube videos of elephants.
Environment for it.
Yeah. But it's just like the funniest thing. Every single kid in there, like when their parent gets there, they're like, oh, let's go to cookie now. I'm like, come on. I'm so jealous.
Every time I walk into his classroom, every single one of his little friends runs up to me and is like, it's cooking.
Who is that? Is that Benny?
Mom,
Oh, yeah.
babies.
Oh yeah.